Can you see my screen with my student ID?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So my name is Shauna McLean. I'm student number 452941925. This recording will be used for the purpose of my education and training and will be used and stored per TAFE Queensland's privacy policy, which is available on the TQ website and only accessed by TAFE Queensland staff. Just before we begin today, I just need to get the consent from both of you for the meeting today. Jess, you all good?
Yeah. Yeah, I consent.
Thank you, Laurie.
Yes, I consent.
Thank you. Excellent. So just before I kick off today's meeting as the project manager, I'll just hand over to yourself, Mark, just to do an introduction and an acknowledgement of country, please.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm Mark, the Managing Director, and I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and the country throughout Australia and pay our respects to the continuing connection to land, waters, cultures, and the family that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people uphold. So we pay our respect to the elders past, present, and future, and we recognise that teaching and learning has taken place on country for over 60,000 years, and two-way learning is an important part of our reconciliation journey. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark, and thanks so much, Lisa, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. The aim of today's meeting is going to be to discuss the quality requirements for the Righteous Bean Cafe renovation project. This involves identifying specific quality expectations and compliance requirements we must adhere to, such as legislation, building codes, and internal policies. Your input will assist us in developing a comprehensive quality management plan that aligns with stakeholder expectations and regulatory obligations. We'll also briefly review our current continuous improvement systems and how they can support quality management throughout the project. So let's begin by identifying what each of you considers critical quality requirements for the project. Mark, as the sponsor, what outcomes do you expect by the end of this renovation?
Thanks. So for me, quality means ensuring that those customer facing areas, so like the cafe shop front, the dining area, and also the counter, need to make sure that they're finished to a high visual standard. Like everything should be durable, safe, and reflect our brand, which is really important. So I also want minimal disruption to our operations during those final weeks of construction. But then also I want to consider using sustainable products that are energy efficient.
That's clear. High quality finishes and operational continuity noted. Thanks, Mark. Now, Lisa, from a construction perspective, what are the key quality checkpoints we should keep in mind?
Yeah, thanks, Shauna. For us, structural integrity is paramount. Everything needs to comply with building codes, including the electrical, plumbing, and the safety features. I'd also like to clear specifications and approval processes to avoid surprises during the site inspections. Quality control checks at each stage would really help to prevent rework or errors later on in the project.
Absolutely. Build to code, prioritize safety, and document everything. Thanks, Lisa. Mark, you've also been involved in a project on the administrative and compliance side. What's your view?
So I think we should ensure our internal quality procedures are followed correctly. So using the right checklists, logging inspections in the system, and keeping stakeholder sign-offs recorded. So this will make audits and handovers far smoother.
Thanks, Mark. I definitely agree. Documentation and traceability is key. Now, I'm just going to summarize some of the assumed requirements we already know we must meet. These come from legislation, standards, and internal policies. They include the WHS Act 2011, Queensland for Workplace Health and Safety, slip and trip safety referenced through AS/NZS 4663 and AS 4586. The product technical data sheets for flooring materials used, so that will be relevant for the ceramic tiles that we're putting in. AS/NZS 3000 for all electrical work, and the EPA waste management guidelines for site cleanup, aligned with Queensland's management hierarchy, which is avoid, reduce, reuse, recycle, and dispose. So that relates to the sustainability piece that you mentioned, Mark. That's important to you. food safety code for the kitchen fit out, and of course our internal quality assurance manual, which outlines how we handle project sign-offs, inspections, and continuous improvement. We'll also use our quality log and conduct lessons learned reviews during and after the project to ensure continuous improvement. Adhering to the Righteous Bean Cafe's business plan is essential. Does anyone have any feedback on these assumed requirements, or have I missed anything?
I think you've covered the key ones. Maybe we should also include a post-renovation customer feedback phase to evaluate the results from the client's perspective.
Yeah, good idea. I'll include a customer feedback survey in the final completion phase.
Just one thing, we should align the waste disposal schedule with local council regulations, especially during demolition.
Yeah, 100%. That's really important. Noted, Lisa, I'll cross-check that with the EPA and local council guidelines.
I'll just add that we should document any small changes made during the project. Sometimes site decisions don't make it into the final report, which affects the lessons learned.
Great point, Mark. I'll ensure the change log process is enforced throughout. Thanks everyone for your valuable input today. The next step for me is to compile the information and develop a quality management plan, which I'll send to you for your review within a week. Please feel free to reach out to me with any additional feedback via email. Thanks again for your time and input. This will help us deliver a successful project.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shauna.